could have happened to anybody, but it didn't. It happened to us.
The Dirt, directed by Jeff Tremaine of Jackass fame, is a movie adaptation of the infamous best-selling book of the same title. This is, of course, a biography of Motley Crue, co-written by band members and Neil Strauss. A book equally infamous as it is scandalous. I've been waiting for this movie for a long time. This is a real treat to be finally able to see this unbelievable story of sex, drugs and glam rock converted from the pages of a book into a film. Right from the beginning, movie sets the right tone during first 3 minutes just to assure you that Jeff Tremaine is not intending on playing it safe. This movie simply had to be offensive, loud and sleazy. I enjoyed how each band member was portrayed here, Nikki Sixx being rebellious and out of control but also fully dedicated to the group. Tommy Lee, crazy, but also, believe it or not, a real romantic. Mick Mars, a riff master and an alien. And of course Vince Neil, born to be a frontman. It's important to point out that this is a movie more about people, with music being more into a background. In a book, every chapter was told from a perspective of each one of them, and it was a nice touch that they kept this style of narration also in the movie, even breaking a fourth wall sometimes. What makes this movie feel somehow authentic is that it mixes humor with more raw emotions. Like a roller coaster, it goes from a comedy to drama really fast, from out-of-control hedonistic lifestyle into really dark territories. Of course, there is no way to include everything happening in a book in a 1 hour 50 minutes movie. A lot of people or events is either changed or completely cut out, like for example John Corabi, who replaced Vince Neil and even recorded one album with them in 1994, is barely mentioned here. There is also nothing about Vince's solo career launched around that time. But this is the thing about most biopics, it is simply not possible to include everything if you want to keep it under 2 hours running time. I don't think that movie adaptation that is 100% faithful to the source material even exists. On the other hand, how awesome it would be if The Dirt was turned into 6-hour-long episodes miniseries. Thankfully, a lot of other iconic moments from biography are still in the movie, like unforgettable scene with Ozzy Osbourne at the pool or Nikki Sixx's heroin overdose. I also loved the chapter in which Tommy Lee described his typical day on tour, and I was happy that it was also included in this movie and presented in a very funny way. By the way, Machine Gun Kelly as a Tommy Lee was one of the biggest surprises of the movie for me. He played him so naturally, like he truly became him. In general, acting-wise, everyone in the movie came out natural and convincing. So why is this story so thrilling and exciting? We see crazy antics of this combination of people that no one would suspect that they would ever succeed. But the talent and chemistry between them led to creating something electrifying and timeless. Despite what I said earlier about music being more in the background, there is this one great scene where they meet Vince Neil for the first time and they play Live Wire.
Holy shit.
And I think that during that scene they captured this energy and drive to be unstoppable. This movie makes you want to listen to the records afterwards. Motley Crue was a real creative machine, indulging in occasional chaos. Like Nikki says, they were a gang with ambition to play a stadium show in a small club. This movie is of course not perfect. Aside from cutting out a lot of important chapters from the book, it was also too fast-paced sometimes. But like I said, this is typical to a biopic movie. It will make some of you feel nostalgic for the 80s, others will be entertained rewatching it over and over again, and the rest will be offended. I don't think anyone will stay indifferent to it, which is achievement on its own.
Oh my god, those are my pants!
But they look so much better on me.
Thank you for watching my review of The Dirt. If you liked it, don't forget to hit subscribe button and watch my other reviews and interviews on Talking Records. See you next time.